Hello there, my friends. How you doing today? We're going to play another tutorial video for you. So this one is on this map right here. It's a fairly reasonably difficult map. I would say it's right around a mid-range difficulty. And we're going to go through it for you guys. We're going to play on Impoppable. We're going to play with a regen, and we're going to do the DDT. So overall, it's going to be a difficult one. Because of this. Because boom, boom, boom. But overall, we should have no problem with it. We've done this so many times, we shouldn't have too many issues. So basically, on this map, again, what you want to do is you want to use some sort of spike factory. That's like the first step in most situations. If there's a spike factory allowed, usually you want to use it. Regrow tiles are one exception to that one, where you might not want to use spike factories as much, but I still tend to use them. I feel safer with them, and it's only $800, especially at my $3,500 starting cash. So the next thing you want to do is, believe it or not, today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to use banana farms. So we're going to start off with a 1-0 banana farm. And we're going to get our ninja flowing. So we're going to go boom, boom, boom. No matter what, you always want to get the 0-1 upgrade, but as many upgrades on the left side besides the 0-1 upgrade, which is the Seeking Shuriken. Seeking Shuriken, very, very important for your ninja. So now you're wondering, why the heck am I putting my ninja here? And why the heck am I putting my banana farm up there? Banana farm doesn't really matter. I just like to try and keep him sort of in like where I'm going to put all my towers and everything. Also, I like to try and keep him out of the way of where I'm going to put most of my big towers, because what I'm going to end up doing is putting some Moab Maulers like right around here, and eventually some other cannons and stuff kind of over in this vicinity, maybe even a boomerang, we'll see, once it gets down to it. But here's the basic plan, guys. Basic plan, get a 4th tier ninja, alright? And then use any other support towers that you need to make sure you can survive until you get to that 4th tier ninja. Oh, so here we go, we got a Regrow lead coming out already. So we're just going to use a quick pineapple. Remember, you only use it right next to your ninja, otherwise that Regrow is going to turn into 2 Regrow blacks and back into a Regrow lead. So be careful with that stuff. So we don't need the mortar. We're not going to build the mortar. But if I need the mortar, I'll of course get it. Now, as far as the farm is concerned, just be careful. You don't go too crazy with the farms before round 6, because you're going to end up using a lot more road spikes than you need, and I know I tend to do it a little bit too much, because I'm greedy and I like to have fun with the game. But overall, you're better off just kind of chilling until you get that 4th tier ninja, and then, like I said, get the mortar if you need to. And then if you need to on round 6, think about selling some stuff. Sell your farm, get the 4th tier ninja. Sell your mortar, get the 4th tier ninja. Sell whatever you need to make sure you get that 4th tier ninja. So here we go. We're going to have some leads coming out, so we're going to need to get our mortar going. There's a lot of them, too. So the problem with these is they're completely random, guys. You're never going to get the same exact thing happening over and over and over again. It's randomized. The balloons will sometimes be leads, will sometimes not be leads, will sometimes be regrow leads like this, which is really, really bad for us. Like, this is a really, really hard tile. So here we go. How is this ninja going to do against these guys? Ooh, he's kind of rough. We're actually going to let those leads go by, believe it or not. I'm going to use a few sets of road spikes right there, and oh my goodness gracious, look at that. Look at that micro action right there. So now we're going to actually get rid of these guys. We did not want to make them regrow, because then we would have had a lot of regrows kind of left over right there. But overall, we did pretty good. Now we've got the 4th tier ninja, and we do not have a 4-2 ninja, though. That's the biggest issue right now. We need to get that distraction, because you know what, level 6, almost every single time, Moab. Almost every single time. Once you get to this point of the game, it's almost always a Moab. Let's be looking up. There it is. There's the Moab. All right. So now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to use a few sets of road spikes really quick. We're going to go something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll use 6 sets. Hopefully that'll be enough. It looks like, yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. More than enough. Killing power. So now we feel fairly good, right? I feel fairly good. I got a 4-2 ninja. I got a really reasonable mortar over there. He pops the leads and everything. Now what we're going to do is if we see a big rush, we're going to get the Bernie stuff. If we don't see a big rush, we're going to get the farm. We're getting him up to 2-0. So this is the part where you have to be, like, slightly greedy sometimes, like, yeah, we can get some solid defense, or we can get some farm action. So we're going to use a few more sets of road spikes. That should be enough to stop this guy. And look at that, we distract every single one of them. Now, do not get super duper greedy, and do not go crazy with your farms. Getting, like, 3 or 4 farms now is, like, usually a bad idea. I know, I do it a lot. Don't do it when I do my normal videos. Do it when I do my tutorial video. Do what I do in my tutorial video. Only get the farms that you really, really need. So we're just going to stick with 1 farm today. We're not going to go crazy with them. Just stick with the 1 farm. I feel good about my 1 farm. Don't you guys? Yeah, alright. So the next thing we're going to do, after we got the Bernie stuff, we're going to get ready for our Moab defense. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our monkey village. We're going to go like that, and we're going to build all of our Moab Maulers inside the range of this thing. Right in like kind of like a half moon Not a crescent, the opposite of a crescent, a gibbous. Like a nice gibbous moon. I know, you guys probably don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. The moon, such a silly thing. So here we go, we're going to start right here and get him up to a Moab Mauler pretty quick. Sadly, ooh, we got 2 guys coming in here, so we're going to have to use a few sets of road spikes for sure. We're only down to 103, so it's like, it's not a big deal, really. So there we go, we Bernie stuffed that one. Yeah, you know what, we shouldn't actually have too many issues with this, as long as not a big rush doesn't come in here. I feel pretty good. We're going to distract pretty much all of them, plus we got the Bernie stuff coming in here, so, oh, we actually got kind of a bad Bernie stuff right there. Hit pretty much the wrong time. So there we go. We finally got the Moab Mauler, and we feel good about ourselves. We get a nice 2-0 banana farm. We got a nice Moab Mauler here. We've got our 4th tier ninja going. Everything is just going very, very smoothly. Now we're going to start getting to the point where if we only have a few Moabs coming out, he'll pop this guy down to pretty much nothing, and then the ninja will kind of just clean up everything else. But we have some pretty big Regrows coming in right now, so we're going to get a 3-0 cannon to make sure that these Regrows do not cause too many issues for us. And we'll think about getting another boomerang as well against these Bloons. Because ideally, what I would love to do is I'd love to get a bunch of these guys. A bunch of Moab Maulers, like all over the place. But it's just not really going to work out perfectly. So we're going to play it by ear. We got a lot of money. Got a lot of money, man. What are we going to do with it all? It's a good question. It's a good question for sure. Let's get... You know what? Let's do it. We're going to get a 4th tier cannon. They're not that expensive. We got them inside of the range of the Monkey Village and everything. The Moabs really haven't been a big deal. It's only around 12. You can usually expect BFEs around 15 in my case. So we're going to get a few more of these guys going. You know, kind of like I said, the gibbous thing. And now the Bloons, they shouldn't be a big deal at all. We got the big destruction zone right here. We've got this big bad mortar with the big blast now. Taking these guys down, and once we get a few more Moab Maulers, the Bloons will be out by here, and then, you know, the 4th tier cannon will have even more destruction damage. So we're kind of just getting our cannons set up. The reason why I do this is because the cannons seem to have a lower footprint. Don't know if that actually exists, but it seems to have a lower footprint, so I usually just kind of like to get them all set up. And we're going to put them all on strong. Now, after that, we just have to upgrade them. So every single one of these guys will be upgraded to a really, really nice 0-3 Moab Mauler. And we can get them up to 2-3s if we want, but you know what? Let's play a little bit different. We're only going to get them up to 0-3s. Again, it's a personal preference. It really doesn't matter. You can get 0-3s, you can get 2-3s. They're all going to do the same thing. And then after you get about, you know, maybe 5 of them or so, that's when you start thinking, well, you know, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just get all 7 of them. We'll get about 7 of them, and then we're going to start changing over into our 0-3 Monkey Village thing, which we almost always do, right, guys? We get the 0-3 Monkey Village because it's a really nice thing to have. So here we go. We've got all these guys. Guess what? The BFB is going to die before they even get to the 4th tier cannon. That's exactly what we want to see. And then the 4th tier cannon is going to annihilate literally everything because he's on. Oh, he's on 1st. What? What was I doing? Terrible tutorial videoer. And we got all these guys. Oh my goodness, man. 7 Moab Maulers by the time we get to round 16. Check that nonsense out. So at this point, you're like, well, I have a fan-frickin-tastic defense. What should I do with all my money? Well, you could get more farms, you know? I mean, feel free. I'm not going to stop you from getting more farms. Just don't go crazy with it. Don't get 5-3-0 farms. You just don't need them. It's just going to cause you to lose. You know, again, like I said, I do it in my videos sometimes because I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Sometimes it makes me lose, but I have fun with it. So we go. We're just about up to what we need. I need another, what, $2,000? Yeah. Oh, man, look at that money. It's just coming in fast. Fast. And we get the amazing tower already. Woo! And we've got 7 Moab Maulers. We've got our 4th tier cannon. And we're going to get rid of him fairly soon. So here we go. We got some Regrow Zebras coming in here. Check that out, man. This is where the Regrows really start to have some pretty big impacts on you. Sometimes they can just kill you. But instead, we're going to go like this. We're going to go bam. And we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And now we have an Arctic Wind in the range of this guy right here. And guess what? On top of that, we're going to go boom, boom. Make our Moab Maulers shoot even faster. Holy crapola, dude. We just have the most amazing defense in the entire world, don't we? Kind of. Kind of. It is very, very good. But we only have really one spot to hit these DDTs, and that's only in the front here. So this is really good against Zoma guys and everything, because they're really slow. But those DDTs are going to run by really, really quickly, and it's not going to work out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to put it one Moab Mauler there, there, and there. For now. And what that guy's going to do is whenever these guys sneak through, you know, we get 1, 2, 3 shots there, and when they come through over here, if they actually do survive all the way to over here, we will have another shot for right there. So it's perfect. And then the ninja can still clean up some DDTs if they need to be cleaned up. So, since we're worried about DDTs, the best thing we can do is get a signal flare, man. Get the signal flare. I know, people always argue with me. Why do I get a signal flare, dude? You already got the 0-3 Monkey Village. He pops every single type of balloon. You're so stupid, Chris. You're wasting $700. Wrong, 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 and wrong. And more wrongness, because that's just plain silly. That's not the way it works. This guy will decammoize all the balloons, which will make the Arctic Wind do even better, because the Arctic Wind is not very good against camo balloons in the first place. So now what we can do is, look at that, we got a bunch of money still. Look at that farm, man. He's giving us tons of money. So when do you want to sell your farm? I usually recommend it right around when you see the first few sets of DDTs. If you think you can survive the first set, which I think I can, don't sell them right away, because you're not going to have really, really hard times. You usually want to sell them around like 27, 28, 29, 30. 27 is usually like the best round to sell them on, because then you're not freaking out too much, and then you don't lose in a stupid position. So keep in mind, all my bow-up maulers, guess where they're at? Inside the range of this thing. You don't want to forget about that. Every single one of my towers, except for these two right here, are in the range of this guy. Everything that I built. I know it kind of sucks to put everything inside the range of that thing. You know, you just get a big bundle of everything, but it really, 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 really works. Trust me. So let's get a few more of these guys. And again, I'm only going for 0-3s, which means it allows me to get a lot more of them, as you can plainly see. And the good thing is I have a lot of cannons. You know, if you don't have a lot of those cannons yet, maybe you should start building some more of those cannon huts. So check that out. Oh yeah. Get this guy flown. So here's the first Oh My God. How are we going to do against him? As you can tell, the Bob Maulers had a kind of hard time against the Oh My God layer, but as soon as we got anything lower, it just got annihilated. Freaking annihilated. So still no DDTs. I'm kind of confused. I usually expect to see DDTs a lot earlier than this. Did I pick the wrong thing? Maybe I did. But it's random, you know, it's random. Sometimes you just don't know when the heck they're going to come out. Alright. What is next on the agenda? Well, if you have tons and tons of money, the safest thing you can do is go for a Spectre. In my opinion. That's one of the safest things you can do is go for a Spectre if you have a ton of money. Otherwise, go for some really interesting towers, you know? There's a lot of interesting towers over there. A 4-2... 4-2? Yeah, 4-2 Spike Factory. Very, very good tower. Oh my goodness, yes. Very, very good tower. So there's the Moab Mauler. Yeah, I think I picked his Oh My God tile. I can't believe I did that. That's weird. That's definitely weird. Yeah, I'm confused. I totally thought I picked DDT. That's okay, no big deal, man. At least we got some really hard tiles in here, right? That's the main plan. Oh, there they are. There's the DDTs. And we annihilate them. So now is about the time. Wow, we got 3 sets of DDTs coming in pretty darn quick, too. So we want to get rid of this. We want to make sure we get rid of those guys really darn quick. Let's do something a little bit on the fancy side. We're going to go for a Spike Factory, believe it or not, right here. I want to make sure he's in the range of this guy. He's got to be in the range of that guy. So there we go. We get this, we get that, we get this, and check it out. Now this is an amazing, amazing tower right here. Especially if we get him up to a Moab Shredder. So basically the plan is we pop all the balloons before they get to this Moab Shredder spikes up here. You know, over here and stuff, they can also kind of just run into them on accident. But if we can get some Moab Shredder spikes, those DDTs are just going to get annihilated as soon as they come in there, and then the Arctic Wind's going to freeze a lot of the balloons and just stop them from doing anything in the first place. So very, very, very awesome. Moab Shredder spikes. So there's a lot of them right there. Also, if you're wondering, like, dude, no, Chris, you're stupid. They're not red hot spikes. They're not going to hit the DDTs. He's in the range of this guy, so it doesn't matter. So check out the ridiculousness of these balloons right here. They're all regrowing like crazy right now. Luckily, the Arctic Wind is awesome sauce right there, because he took them all down. Barely, though, again. Barely. And what's one other thing we do? Maybe another mortar. I think that's probably the next best thing that we can do at this point. So by keeping him in the range of this thing, we saved $769. Well, $800, actually. So yeah, I'm thinking either one more mortar or we'll go for this big spike storm. Now, if this was a really big emergency, I would probably just sell a few Moab Maulers and go for a spike storm. That would actually be really, really fun. So look at these DDTs. There's like 12 DDTs coming out right there. Freaking ridiculous. And we're still stopping them somehow. Spike storm! Oh man, we lost some lives! That's funny. Oh my goodness, we're actually losing a lot of lives. These camo regrows, man, they're actually causing a pretty big problem for me. There was a lot of DDTs right there. Holy but Jesus, man. But overall, we did really, really well with using a limited amount of farms. We could have went for way more, but overall, we did a good job. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial video. If you did, you know what to do down on the bottom there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing, bro? Make sure you subscribe! And have a super duper delicious day.